Welcome everyone to the October 2020 TDL Member Forum. We're glad you've joined us today. My name's Christy Park. I'm the director of the Texas Digital Library, and I'm joined today by a number of folks: Courtney Muma, our deputy director, Leah DeForest, our communications manager, and Alex Suarez, our administrative associate. And we have a few of our members who will join us later in the half hour to share announcements about various things going on in the community. For those of you who are new to Zoom, we'll do a quick tour. As you may remember, we have changed platforms. We have done this member forum in Adobe Connect for years. And so we're transitioning to using Zoom Webinar. So we're still getting used to this format as well, so bear with us. Since this is set up as a Zoom webinar, participants' microphones and videos are muted, and presenters will also keep their mics and videos muted until it's their turn to present. We hope you'll use the chat box to say hello and let others know you're here, or to make comments throughout the presentation. And if you have a question, please type it into the Q&A. We'll have a few minutes for questions at a couple of different points during the forum today. A couple of reminders as we start. If you have questions, use the chat window, or I'm sorry, the Q&A section of the webinar. You also will have the ability to view this presentation later on the TDL YouTube channel, since we're recording it, and we'll share out the slides as well. I'm going to start with an update from me, and then we'll have a few announcements concerning projects and service updates, and share some community news and upcoming opportunities. We'll end the forum with open floor for Q&A. All right, so I wanted to start today with some wonderful news and congratulate our colleagues at Texas State University on their recent invitation to join the Association of Research Libraries. They will become the 125th member of ARL, effective January 1st of the coming year, and they'll become the 6th ARL library in Texas. The vote to approve Texas State's membership followed an extensive review of the libraries by ARL and really years of work on the part of Texas State University libraries to prepare. This is a fantastic accomplishment for Texas State, for the libraries, for the university itself, and really for the entire state. And we just want to take a moment to bask in your glow for a bit and say congratulations and well done to Vice President and University Librarian Joan Heath, a member of our member board, and to all of our friends and colleagues there in San Marcos who contributed to this accomplishment. It's very exciting. And speaking of our member board, we held our first ever virtual member board meeting about a month ago on September 24th. At the meeting, we provided a report on the state of the consortium to our member deans and directors. This included some reports from me, from Courtney and Leah on member service usage, financials, and our OER support services. Additionally, our incoming chair, Kelly Gonzalez, who's the Assistant Vice President for Library Services at UT Southwestern Medical Center, presented a draft of our new strategic plan, and several folks from the Texas Data Repository Steering Committee, led by John Watts from Texas A&M, previewed our data carpentries pilot membership for the board. We also had a very lively and productive discussion with the board on ways that TDL can better promote diversity, equity, inclusion, and accessibility in our work. We've published our meeting materials for this meeting in the TDL DSpace repository, and we'll post a link to those here in chat for you to access those if you're interested. And I'll just note that in November, our governing board will meet. The governing board is the smaller group of deans and directors who provide strategic direction and oversight for TDL. And they will We hope at that meeting we'll be able to finalize the strategic plan, after which we'll share it with the membership. Okay. Now, on to some news about a couple of exciting events that TDL is helping to make happen in the coming year, starting with Open Texas 2021. We've been talking to you about this event, and now is the time to get your proposals in if you want to participate in it in March. So TDL is really excited to help organize and co-sponsor the inaugural instance of this conference, which is going to convene open education librarians, faculty members using open resources and open pedagogy, administrators, and other open education practitioners and advocates in Texas. This year, the conference will be fully online on March 11th and 12th next year. And the call for proposals is open through this Friday. So Friday, October 23rd is the deadline for proposals. Anybody exploring OER in Texas is invited to submit, and we hope you will. We want to have a wonderful response from our community in TDL. The program committee is especially interested in presentations that address one or more of the following topics listed on this slide. They include adoption and creation of OER, successful training and professional development programs, open pedagogy, open licensing, including copyright, equity, access, and inclusion, policy and campus-wide integration of OER, including course marking in the course schedule, Z degrees and transfer opportunities, and assessment, including measuring impact of OER and identification of benchmarks for strategic objectives. We'll drop a link to this call for proposals into chat where you can learn more, and please feel free to reach out to me or Leah if you have any questions about Open Texas 2021. We are excited about this conference. We want you to be excited, and we want lots of TDL participation in this event next year. And here's our second exciting event. Hopefully, you all received our Save the Date announcement for the 2021 Texas Conference on Digital Libraries last week. We are so excited to host the first ever fully online TCDL next spring, and we hope you have already put TCDL on your calendars for Monday, May 24th through Thursday, May 27th of 2021. Our TCDL Planning Committee, led by Texas Tech's Shelley Barba, has really embraced the challenges and opportunities afforded by transitioning to a fully online conference. And after a couple of months of convening, our planning committee has successfully nailed down an online platform for the event, and we've invited our keynote speaker, and we'll have more about them later on. The call for proposals and registration information will be coming out by the end of the month. So stay tuned for lots of updates on TCDL 2021 in the coming days. And speaking of that committee, I wanted to take a moment to thank each of our committee members who are helping us plan this year's conference, which will look and feel a lot different from previous years. All of them are pictured on this slide. I've already mentioned our chair, Shelley Barba of Texas Tech University. We also have John Krosno at UT Southwestern Medical Center, Taylor Davis Van Otta at the University of Houston, Nathaniel Dede Bamfo at Texas State University, Shianta Dorsey at UT Southwestern, Taylor Fairweather Leach at West Texas A&M, Lindsay Ford at U of H Clear Lake, Alexa Height at A&M Corpus Christi, Ramona Holmes at UNT Health Science Center, Emily Johnson at UTSA, Jarrell Jones at the University of Houston, Christina Kellum at UNT, Alex Rodriguez at UT Dallas, Adrian Shapiro from Texas Women's, Tao Votang at UT Austin, Rachel Winston from the Nettie Lee Benson Latin American Collection at UT, and our Vice Chair, Amanda Zerang from Texas Women's University. This is a big committee. It's a fantastic committee, and we're really excited about the work they're doing. You can get to know more about each of these folks through a blog post on our website that Leah's posting a link to. They have already done a great job planning for our virtual conference and are keeping you, our members, presenters, and attendees at the forefront of all of the decisions they're making. So thank you all committee members for serving the consortium through this planning committee. We're going to move on now to a few project and service related updates, starting with DSpace and our digital repository hosting services. One of the priorities for service enhancements voiced by our membership over the last year was improved usage statistics from DSpace. And we've made progress this past month on a small project to provide some additional usage statistics to repository managers through a report that's automatically generated on a monthly basis and sent out to those managers in spreadsheet form. Nick Woodward is the tech lead on this project, and Adrian Shapiro from TWU is serving as our product owner. We'll be discussing this project and providing a detailed update on it at our upcoming DSpace user group meeting next week, which is on October 27th. And Adrian will be using that meeting to gather some feedback from the user community on a couple of points as we move towards a minimum viable product on this. At that meeting, we'll also have a discussion on metadata management in DSpace led by Colleen Lyon from UT Austin Libraries. So if you're a DSpace user, I encourage you to attend next week's DSpace user group meeting. And if you'd like to attend but don't have the necessary information or you have questions about how to join, please contact us at info@tdl.org or contact me, and we'll get you added to the appropriate email list and calendar invite. Now I'm going to hand it over to Courtney, who's going to talk a little bit about TDR.
Thanks, Christy. Hi, folks. This is Courtney Muma, TDL's Deputy Director. So starting this month and continuing on a quarterly basis, we're going to spotlight one of our service offerings during the forum. So you have a chance to hear directly from us about how each of our services work in a little bit more detail. This month's spotlight is on our Texas Data Repository service. TDL offers research data management tool named the Texas Data Repository Dataverse to share and publish and manage research data. Faculty, students, and researchers at member institutions who subscribe to the TDR all have access to the Texas Data Repository Dataverse and can store any of your data there. So you see a screenshot here of the TDR Dataverse. Currently, TDL hosts over 44,000 files in over 1,300 datasets in 491 dataverses. 9 TDL members have subscribed to the Texas Data Repository: Baylor University, Texas A&M International University, Texas A&M, Texas A&M at Galveston, Texas State, Texas Tech, University of Houston, UT Arlington, and UT Austin. And because they can say it better themselves, we're going to play a brief video from the chair and members of TDR Steering Committee that they created for the annual Dataverse community meeting this summer. So go ahead and hit it, Christy. Hey, Christy, we can't hear.
Okay, I think there might be an issue with the sound that we're not going to be able to fix right now, so we may have to skip the video. Sorry about that.
That's okay. We can include a link to it so that you can watch it on YouTube later. So The little fuzzy buddy in the corner here is Mike, the official armadillo of the TDR steering committee. Currently, he's quarantined at Texas State temporarily, but typically he's handed off between chairs who add their own flair before passing it along. Joining us on the TDR steering committee not only enables your library to strengthen engagement with your research community, but it also adds you to a wonderful group of supportive colleagues who have gone above and beyond in the first few years of the TDR to make it a standout among the more than 60 Dataverse global repositories. And in more recent news, we're finishing up a pilot partnership with the UT Libraries and the Texas Advanced Computing Center through the Planet Texas 2050 initiative to allow for researchers with larger data sets to store their data on an alternate data center. Additionally, and in alignment with our TDL strategic goal to connect more of our services, we've added digital preservation in Chronopolis to TDR. Both of these functions were enabled by a recent upgrade to the system. If you're curious to learn more about the TDR, we have a TDR training webinar series and a wonderful series called Topics in Research Data Management, all available on TDL's YouTube channel for anyone to view. You can also reach out to me directly if you'd like to find out more about the TDR Dataverse. I'll go ahead and pause for questions about the TDR now, if there are any, since I won't be able to stay until the end today. So does anyone have any questions about the TDR while I'm here with you? Go ahead and unmic yourself if you'd like, or you can drop it in chat. I'm relying on you, Leah, to let me know if there's anything.
I just double checked. I don't see any questions yet, but you know what? If you need to split, Courtney, we understand, and I'll capture those questions and share them off with you later to get back to folks.
Okay, and you can always reach out to me directly too, as always, if you'd like to find out anything more about the TDR Dataverse. And I often like to put you in touch with one of the steering committee members as well to talk about it, since they have firsthand knowledge. So now we'll start with the community updates, and I'll go over and hand over to Leah. Bye, everybody.
Bye, Courtney. Thanks. And hi, everyone. This is Leah DeForest, the Communications Manager with Texas Digital Library. So we've partnered with the Texas Oral History Association for a webinar series that starts later this month. I mean, next week. Hi. October is almost over. That's insane. Anyway, they will be presenting on a variety of topics related to the work of oral history practitioners and archivists. And so joining us briefly to talk about this event on October 29th is Abra Schnur and Adrienne Kane. Abra, off to you.
Thanks, Leah. This is Abra Schnur, and I'm the University Archivist at Trinity University, and also the president of the Texas Oral History Association. So TOHA is really excited about being able to partner with TDL this year as part of our mission to expand our outreach and programming efforts. Our first webinar in this series will be an introduction to oral history.
And I am Adrienne Kane. I'm the Assistant Director for the Institute for Oral History here at Baylor University, and also the Secretary Treasurer for TOHA. And in this webinar, we will go over the basic concepts and practices in the field of oral history, which include an understanding of what oral history is, project development, the interview process, and ways to ensure that your oral history project is preserved and accessible for use by future generations.
It's a lot to cover in an hour, but our hope is that this webinar will get you all thinking about the necessary steps in conducting a successful project. Later webinars will focus on oral history metadata and archiving of interviews.
Okay, thanks, Abra and Adrienne. So registration is open for next week's webinar, and I dropped a link in chat where you can learn more and register. And also I want you to save the date for the second webinar in the series, which will be happening on December 10th, and we'll be sending out more information about that really soon. So now I'm going to hand things over to Erin Mazzi.
All right. Hi, good morning. I'll be brief and try and preserve a sense of mystery for this because it's coming up very soon. So my name is Erin Mazzy. I'm the digital media specialist at Texas State University, and I'm one of the co-chairs of the TDL Imaging Group. And so next Tuesday on October 27th, we're having our second virtual roundtable. This is called Screen Sharing is Caring. And not only do I hope that all of you attend, I hope we are still really enthusiastically welcoming presentations of any kind. So these can be as short as a minute, they can be up to 15 minutes, and they can be on really any imaging or digitization topic that you choose. The one that we like to kind of cite when it is someone that's going to be talking about their favorite file names or their top file names. They may not be the favorites. So this could be a problem that you'd like feedback on, an accomplishment or technique, or just something that's fun about imaging or digitization. And I like to think that we're a pretty fun group. So I hope that all of you will consider submitting a few slides or just stopping by to join in for this. Thank you.
Thanks, Erin, and hello, everyone. I'm Alex Suarez, the Administrative Associate and Conference Planner at TDL. I'm excited to share with you an announcement from the 2020 TDL Outreach Award winner, the Texas Film Roundup of the Texas Archive of the Moving Image. In honor of American Archives Month, the Texas Archive of the Moving Image is offering its award-winning Texas Film Roundup with an inaugural statewide mail-in event for the month of October 2020. Individuals, businesses, and institutions with Texas-related films and videotapes can mail their materials to Tammy and will receive free digitization in exchange for contributing a digital copy of their materials for possible inclusion in Tammy's online archive. Through a partnership between Tammy and the Texas Film Commission, this free program has served thousands of individuals, businesses, and cultural institutions since 2008. Our experienced team has provided new access to more than 50,000 films and videotapes. We'll paste a link into chat where you can learn more and share with your colleagues. All right, and the next webinar in our topic and GIS series will be Tuesday, October 27th from 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. Michael Shensky from UT Austin, Joshua Bin from Baylor University, and Diane Lopez from UT San Antonio present on GIS and educational services, data support, access to software and hardware, GIS community development on campus, research support, and promotion of GIS services. We'll go ahead and paste a link in chat where you can register for this free webinar, and I hope to see you there.
Thanks, Alex. And here is another webinar series that we're really excited about. So TDL has partnered with Dr. Bruce Herbert of Texas A&M University and Melody Hare of the University of Arkansas to host a webinar series specifically designed for library and information science professionals who conduct research, assist researchers in any discipline, or provide instruction in any aspect of research. So we want you to save the date for the Research Integrity series. This is not going to begin until February, but we have some really exciting updates coming up that we're going to be sending out. And I would just want you to be aware to take a look at those as you see them in your inbox. I'm going to paste a link in chat where you can learn more and register. And again, just keep an eye out for some really cool updates around this really unique series. And Bruce is in chat saying they couldn't find anyone else. Well, Bruce brought this idea to us, so I'm personally super excited about this series. It's going to be really good. So next up, the Open Education Network, which was formerly named Open Textbook Network, is accepting applications for a cohort of librarians to be certified in OER librarianship. Applicants should be or anticipate becoming newly responsible for building open education programs at their institutions. And this certificate in OER librarianship offers formal training, a community of your peers, and some expert mentorship in order to build your sustainable, collaborative, effective OER program on your campus. So librarians who successfully complete this program will receive a certificate in OER librarianship from the Open Education Network. I highly encourage TDL members who are working with OER or plan to work with OER to apply for the program. If you are a member of TDL, you qualify for the member discount, which is pretty good, about 40% off. And I will paste a link to the call for applications into chat shortly. If you do plan to apply, please let me know. There might be some ways that TDL can support you, such as a letter of recommendation. We also have some documents to share that might help you prepare your application. I'm going to go ahead and paste that link to OEN's call for applications, which is due in 2 weeks? No, November 6th, Monday, November 6th. Is that a Monday? I can't remember. I don't know. Time makes no sense. Finally, I just want to put a call out to everyone here today for student opportunities that we can share with our partner iSchools at UNT, UT Austin, and Texas Women's University. We've heard from LAS students that are hungry for real life opportunities to get their hands dirty, working on real projects in digital libraries and archives. If you have an idea for a project or need some help with an ongoing project, please contact TDL. We can help spread the word among our iSchool students. We've got them on email lists. We're attending capstone fairs, and we could also pass them along through and connect them to our fellow members and faculty on campuses. I think that's it for the community updates. So back to you, Christy.
Thanks, Leah. And thank you, Erin, Abra, Adrian, Alex, and Courtney for all of those wonderful updates. We do have a few minutes left for any questions. So if you have a question for any of us, please go ahead and put that in either the Q&A or the chat box. Either one, we'll see it. I'll invite all of our speakers. I know Courtney had to leave, but our other speakers to show their faces one more time as we conclude, just in case there are any questions.
We do have a question. Have there been any updates on the DPLA project?
Oh, good. You know, we really should have included a short update in the presentation today, and I'm glad somebody brought it up. We had intended to do a demo today of some of the work that that Nick Woodward has been doing with the DPLA project, but we weren't quite ready for it. So I'm hoping we'll be able to do that in November or December. But we are inviting folks who are interested in taking advantage of the DPLA service to get in touch with us. We have started working, we're working right now with Houston Public Library to aggregate their collections or a certain number of their collections for inclusion in DPLA. And we are going to be working with Stephen F. Austin State University on their collections probably in the coming year. But we do have some time set aside in December to onboard collections from 1 or 2 additional members. So if folks are interested in working with us to onboard collections for inclusion in DPLA, please get in touch with us either through info@tdl.org or contact me directly. We have information available in our wiki about the costs, which are quite modest for this service, and primarily are a one-time cost for onboarding plus some minor maintenance fees in subsequent years. So we are rolling this service out this fall and have some room to work with additional members if you're interested.
Christy, we have a guest with her hand raised, Marilyn Myers. I'm going to go ahead and I have to change the settings so you can talk. Hang on one sec. Marilyn, you should be able to unmute yourself and ask your question.
Actually, I didn't have a question. I must have leaned on the wrong item here. Sorry.
Well, hello.
Okay.
Good to hear from you.
Marilyn, I feel like I'm always leaning on the wrong button somewhere in Zoom.
Sorry.
No worries.
Not at all.
We are right at 11. We have time for one more question if there is one. Okay. Well, and I saw that Justin had asked the question about DPLA. Justin, I will follow up with you in email and provide some of that documentation to you so you have it. But if others are interested, please get in touch. All right. Well, thanks again to all our presenters and all of you for attending. It's good to have you, and we will see you again same time next month, and hopefully we'll see you in between as well. Everybody take care.